Well, hi again guys. This video is actually a good one. We've finally got a break in the weather. I've actually got a day off. Weather's all good. So we're going to do something a little different. Actually, this is going to be very different. I am heading out for a fishing trip, but this is going to be a little, a little strange. So what the plan is, I only just finished work, so I look a bit tired or whatever. I'm meeting up with a friend tonight at midnight. He's already been out in the boat and got a few slimies and yakkers, a few live baits, and we've got some pilchards and squid and everything else. The plan is we're leaving the seaway at 1 AM. We're heading out to just past the northeast 50s. So the plan is we're going to be fishing for about 3 hours in the early morning, dark, out in the 50s, or just outside the 50s, and around 90 metres, 87 metres I think this reef is, 87 to 90 metres. And seeing how we go before daybreak. I know not many people fish out there at night time. I'll be honest, I've never fished out there at night time. I don't know what's going to happen, so it's going to be an interesting video. Anyway, I thought I'll just tell you guys what's happening before we leave, and give you a quick rundown what gear I'm going to take. So obviously stock standard gear for 50s. I've got some decent sized sinkers and stuff here for float lining in the 50s, depending on the current. We don't know what the current's doing. If the current is absolutely racing and we can't fish, we'll come into the 36s and fish the 36s, which I know is not too bad for a few squire and stuff at night time. And daybreak, you should get a few nice reds in there. But also daybreak out in the 50s, if the nighttime version doesn't work, at least daytime we should be able to find some kingfish, some snapper, maybe a few pearlies, but some fish to bring home. So it should be a fun little video. I'm just curious to see what's going to happen early morning when no one else is around, what it's like out there. Should be interesting. Anyway, so I'm going to be float lining with one rod. I will be float lining liveys after daybreak, chasing kings and big reds. We will be doing probably with the good old snapper leads, they're 12 to 16 ounce. Doing some bottom bashing too if float lining doesn't work or the current's racing. We'll put some paternosters down tonight and in the morning, just hopefully get a few reef fish for a feed. I got some leaders here. I'll be using 100 just to make some paternoster rigs. I'll be running Black Magic 40 for my float lining rigs, and also I will be taking out the micro jig rod, slow pitch. So if there's not a lot of current, I might do a bit of slow pitch work out there. See if we can get a kingfish or a big snapper or some reef fish on the slow pitch jigs. That'd be fun. Just some good old 10-0 hooks. They're just octopus normal ones. I will be taking circles for the paternosters. Just your normal all-around stuff for the 50s actually, guys, nothing special. I'll be taking some sluggos in case we see some dolphin fish or stuff around the fat out there. You never know, early morning. Throw some sluggos around because they work a treat on dolphin fish. If we do find some kingfish or whatever, or we might be even try having a jig. Good old knife jigs for some kingies. Just going to try a variety of things out in the 50s. Okay, so there's some 80 to 100 gram slow pitch jigs. I'll give them a crack as well. But to start off with this morning, we're going to be sending out some live baits, some squid and pilchards before daybreak, just to see what happens on the 50s. Okay, so you saw the slow pitch rod. I'll take my good old trusty Saltiga, that's spooled with 50. Okay, I might bottom bash with that, jigged with that. That's the main one. And then I've got the Torium here on a mongrel mesh. You can see it's rigged up for float lining with a decent size. It's got a smaller sinker, but I'll change the sinker size on that. That's got 30 pound on it, so that'll be float lining outfit. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Nothing special in the gear. It's just going to be interesting with the time we're going to do it. Anyway, guys, I'll turn the camera back on. We'll have a quick chat when we're out in the 50s in a couple of hours' time. Thanks. See you then. Is that on? It is. All right, guys. As I said, we're on the northeast 50s. It's 3:30 AM. Myself and Michael are getting rigged up. Say hi, Michael.
G'day.
Michael's going to start off with bottom bashing, paternoster. I'm going to start off float lining. and we see how we go. If we get any strikes or fish, we'll let you know shortly. Thanks. Well, nighttime fishing out in the 50s was a bit of a bust. We've got a couple of small peckers, a couple of eagerly googlies, little cod, but nothing worth talking about or keeping. It's just on daybreak now. It's 5:30 a.m. Check out that sunrise coming up out there. I'll continue to float line, Mike will continue to bottom bash, and we'll see how the morning goes and let you know. Okay, check out that view. That's not bad. Just on daybreak, it's not bad, eh? Actually, there's more wind now than there's been all morning. We've got a couple of knots. He's beautiful. Let's see if we can get some fish today. Nice fish. Good old float lining. Just after daybreak. Ooh, good fish. Nice fish. Okay. That's definitely not going like a king. Where is he? He's coming up over the surface. He's out the back of the boat. What's he? What is he?
I see it.
It is a red.
Yeah.
No, it's a nice red. Whoa. Beautiful. Very nicely done, mate. Bit of entertainment for the morning. Watch a ship go past.
What's that?
No, so just talk to the camera. Bit of entertainment. Watch a ship go past. Oh, guys, it's I think 10:30 in the morning. It's been a very, very slow morning. As I said, nighttime out in the 50s. It just didn't seem worth it. There wasn't much few pickers. We thought as the sun come up it would go off, but no, it's a really quiet day. We've had a few boats around us. No one's caught anything. It's very quiet in the sounder. So we've left the 50s, we're coming into the 36s, and we started float lining the 36s. I'll just show you the watercolour in here. It's a beautiful murky green, but the day is gorgeous. And on our first drift, we didn't have high hopes, but Michael here just lost a nice fish. His leader broke. And at the moment you can see he's re-rigging there, so we'll persevere here for a while. If we do any good, we'll let you know. And yeah, see what happens. Hi guys, all I was going to do now is just give a little basically conclusion on why I thought the trip yesterday didn't work. Like there's not a lot in the footage, unfortunately, sorry guys, but we did head out to the 50 fathom mark at 1 o'clock. I think time we got out there set up, we started fishing about 3 a.m. Just to see what happened out there at night time. My friend Michael was bottom bashing, he had pilchards and squid on the bottom. I started float lining with whole pilchards and like half yakkers looking for a big snapper. And to be honest, we got a couple of little peckers and a couple of like little cod, different sorts of cod, I'm not sure they were, out of the reef. And that was it until about an hour after daybreak. Then I got a good hit, and that ended up being a 4 kilo snapper. And that was pretty much it. That really was. The wind dropped off. There was absolutely no current whatsoever. Oh, sorry, that's a lie. In the morning, there was a slightest trickle to the south, and as the sun came up, the wind dropped off and the current dropped off. There was just no current out there. Beautiful water. I was using like a small ball sinker, like small, and I was going straight down to the bottom getting snagged on the 50s in 87 meters, I think it was, which is ridiculous. So we decided to come back into 36s mid-morning. The current was going to the northeast, slight trickle to the northeast. The water quality was putrid. It was like a milky green. It was bloody horrible. I tried to show you on the camera, but it didn't really show up, unfortunately. We float lined around a northeast 36 reef there, I know, for a few snapper. Michael got one good hit. It looked like a reasonable fish, good fish, and his leader broke, unfortunately. And that was it, mid-morning. So we decided to call it quits and go home. We spent nearly 13 hours out in the boat. You can see I'm a bit burnt and sore. For 13 hours, and the only thing I can come down to, we tried everything from jigging, bottom bashing, we had live baits. I didn't lose a live bait in 13 hours. Go figure. Not one live bait, not a hit. I was float lining them, had them on the bottom, everywhere. Didn't get hit. I was surprised. Okay, so in 13 hours, we got one 4-kilo snapper, lost another good one, and that was it. The only conclusion I can come down to, guys, is all early morning, dark out in the 50s, not so good. When the sun came up, we should have started getting fish, but the reason we didn't, because there's absolutely no current. Good old saying, no run, no fun. That's the only conclusion I can come up to. We tried everything, even jigging, micro jigging, big jigs, nothing. Even the sounder was fairly barren. We couldn't see bugger all on the sounder. It's just one of those days, unfortunately. It's fishing. So that was it. I just thought I'd give you guys a little spill on what happened yesterday. I hope you learned something from the video. And if you're going to the 50s, wait till daybreak. Don't go out at night time. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.